और मंच पर मैं आमंत्रित करूंगा श्री आनंदमल छल्लानी जी को, जो आज के हमारे रिसेप्शन कमेटी के चेयरमैन हैं, और नवरत्न जी जैन पिंचा जी को कि वो अपना आसन ग्रहण करें। और कुछ ही क्षणों में महामहिम राज्यपाल जी का आगमन होगा। उसके बाद मिनट टू मिनट कार्यक्रम प्रारंभ होगा और आप सभी लोग आए, आपका भी बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन। कृपया अपना स्थान ले लें।
हेलो। जैसा कि आप जानते हैं कि हमारे माननीय राज्यपाल महोदय जब आते हैं तो हम सभी को उस समय अपने अपने स्थान पे खड़े हो जाना है। वो कुछ ही क्षण में आने वाले हैं और इस बीच में इधर उधर हम नहीं करें और उनका खड़ा होकर अभिनंदन करें। As you know that to give the honor to our Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, when he is entering in the this hall, we have to stand up and give him a good welcome. At that time we should not go this side, that side. So I request all our dignitaries and invitees, please, when he enters, that time please just stand and give the proper respect to our Honorable Governor.
जिनका सानिध्य हमें प्राप्त है, उत्तर प्रदेश के पूर्व राज्यपाल एवं इस पुस्तक के लेखक श्री राम नाईक जी, तिरुराम नाईक जी हमारे बीच में मंच पर उपस्थित हैं। हमारे बीच में भारतीय रिजर्व बैंक के निदेशक अति विशिष्ट अतिथि श्री एस गुरुमूर्ति जी उपस्थित हैं। समारोह अध्यक्ष श्री लक्ष्मी नारायण जी भाला, वरिष्ठ साहित्यकार और चाणक्य वार्ता के संरक्षक, वे भी हमारे बीच में उपस्थित हैं। चाणक्य वार्ता के यशस्वी संपादक माननीय डॉक्टर अमित जी जैन भी हमारे बीच में उपस्थित हैं मंच पर। स्वागताध्यक्ष श्री आनंदमल जी छल्लानी जैन, जो ऑल इंडिया श्वेतांबर स्थानकवासी जैन कॉन्फ्रेंस के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष हैं, वो भी हमारे बीच में उपस्थित हैं, समाज सेवी हैं। आज जिस पुस्तक का विमोचन होने जा रहा है उसका नाम है चरे वेती चरे वेती। ऐत्रेय ब्राह्मण में एक ग्रंथ है, उसमें यह शब्द आता है, चलते रहो चलते रहो, चले चलो चले चलो। इसी पर श्री राम नाईक जी ने अपनी किताब लिखी और उसी का तमिल संस्करण जो यहाँ किया गया है उसका विमोचन आज यहाँ होने जा रहा है। यह दो संस्कृतियों के आदान प्रदान का एक अवसर है, दो भाषाओं के आदान प्रदान का अवसर है, दो क्षेत्रों के आदान प्रदान का और सौहार्द का अवसर है। राज्यपाल महोदय अभी जल्दी ही पधारने वाले हैं। राष्ट्रगान और तमिल का वायुगुण हो चुका है। कार्यक्रम का शुभारंभ हो चुका है। मैं साहित्य वार्ता प्रकाशन समूह के संपादक डॉक्टर अमित जी से अनुरोध करता हूँ कि वे अपना स्वागत भाषण वेलकम एड्रेस प्रस्तुत करें। वेलकम एड्रेस बाय डॉक्टर अमित जी, एडिटर चाणक्य वार्ता।
चाणक्य वार्ता प्रकाशन समूह द्वारा प्रकाशित उत्तर प्रदेश के माननीय पूर्व राज्यपाल श्री राम नाईक जी की पुस्तक चरैवेति चरैवेति के तमिल संस्करण के विमोचन समारोह में पधारे तमिलनाडु के यशस्वी राज्यपाल माननीय श्री बनवारी लाल पुरोहित जी, पुस्तक के लेखक आदरणीय श्री राम नाईक जी, विवेकानंद फाउंडेशन के अध्यक्ष, रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया के निदेशक व देश के जाने माने अर्थशास्त्री श्री एस गुरुमूर्ति जी, चाणक्य वार्ता के संरक्षक व साहित्यकार श्री लक्ष्मी नारायण भाला जी, आज के समारोह के स्वागताध्यक्ष एवं ऑल इंडिया श्वेतांबर स्थानकवासी जैन कॉन्फ्रेंस के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष श्री आनंदमल छल्लानी जी, सभागार में उपस्थित पूर्व केंद्रीय मंत्री जी डॉक्टर कृष्णचंद चौरड़िया जी, नवरत्न पिंचा जी, ईश्वर करुण जी, जेपी ललवानी जी और आप सभी विशिष्ट लोगों के पधारने पर मैं अपनी ओर से बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन एवं स्वागत करता हूं। भारत के सांस्कृतिक प्रदेश एवं तमिल भाषा की मधुरता से रोमांचित करने वाले राज्य तमिलनाडु की पावन भूमि को प्रणाम करते हुए मैं अपनी कुछ बात रखना चाहता हूं। उत्तर प्रदेश के तत्कालीन राज्यपाल श्री राम नाईक जी के सानिध्य में आने के बाद मुझे उनके द्वारा लिखित पुस्तक चरैवेति चरैवेति को पढ़ने का सौभाग्य प्राप्त हुआ। पुस्तक में श्री नाईक ने जिस प्रकार सरल एवं स्पष्ट भाषा में अपने जीवन के विविध आयामों को लिखा है वह मेरे लिए बहुत प्रेरणादायी है। उत्तर प्रदेश की राजधानी लखनऊ के राजभवन में श्री राम नाईक ने यह पुस्तक मुझे भेंट की थी। उस समय चर्चा के दौरान यह विषय आया कि पूर्वोत्तर भारत के नागरिकों को पढ़ने के लिए इसका असमिया अनुवाद कराया जाए, क्योंकि पूर्वोत्तर भारत के राज्यों के साथ चाणक्य वार्ता का बहुत ही प्रगाढ़ संबंध है। इसलिए हमने सहज ही असमिया भाषा में श्री राम नाईक जी की पुस्तक का अनुवाद कराने एवं अपने ही प्रकाशन समूह द्वारा उसे प्रकाशित करने का निर्णय लिया। पूर्वोत्तर भारत की राजधानी कहे जाने वाले असम राज्य की राजधानी गुवाहाटी के श्रीमंत शंकर देव इंटरनेशनल ऑडिटोरियम में 6 जुलाई 2019 को भव्य एवं ऐतिहासिक कार्यक्रम का आयोजन किया गया, जिसमें श्री राम नाईक जी की पुस्तक चरैवेति की असमिया संस्करण का विमोचन हुआ। पूर्वोत्तर भारत के इतिहास में किसी साहित्यिक कार्यक्रम में एक मंच पर उत्तर प्रदेश, आसाम, मिजोरम, मेघालय, अरुणाचल प्रदेश व सिक्किम राज्य के माननीय राज्यपाल, असम व महाराष्ट्र राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री और अनेक गणमान्य व्यक्ति इस कार्यक्रम के साक्षी बने। श्री राम नाईक जी की धर्मपत्नी श्रीमती कुंदा नाईक जी, सुपुत्री विशाखा जी, निशी गंधा जी भी इस समारोह में शामिल हुए और 2000 से अधिक लोगों ने इस कार्यक्रम में भाग लिया। इस प्रकार इस सफल आयोजन को करके मुझे अत्यंत गौरव की अनुभूति हुई। असमिया संस्करण के विमोचन के कुछ ही समय बाद श्री राम नाईक जी का उत्तर प्रदेश के राज्यपाल के रूप में कार्यकाल समाप्त हो गया। उसके बाद भी उनके साथ चाणक्य वार्ता का संपर्क निरंतर बना रहा। जब मुंबई स्थित राजभवन में चाणक्य वार्ता के महाराष्ट्र विशेषांक का विमोचन समारोह 18 जनवरी 2020 को आयोजित किया गया, उस समय मैंने श्री राम नाईक जी से अनुरोध किया कि वे इस समारोह की अध्यक्षता करने का कष्ट करें। उन्होंने सहज ही अपनी स्वीकृति प्रदान की और अपने आत्मीय भाषण में सार्वजनिक रूप से यह कहा कि मैं चाणक्य वार्ता परिवार का एक सदस्य हूं, इसलिए मैंने इस समारोह की अध्यक्षता करना स्वीकार किया है। उन्होंने हमारे महाराष्ट्र विशेषांक को ध्यानपूर्वक पढ़ा और उस पर अपना सारगर्भित भाषण भी दिया। उनके आगमन से हम सभी को अत्यंत प्रसन्नता हुई। चरैवेति का दक्षिण भारत की प्रमुख भाषा तमिल में अनुवाद हो, यह इच्छा श्री राम नाईक जी ने प्रकट की थी और हमने उनकी इच्छा को अंगीकार करते हुए यह चुनौती भी स्वीकार की। इस कार्य में चाणक्य वार्ता तमिलनाडु की कर्मठ एवं विद्वत टीम ने अति उत्साहपूर्वक कार्य किया। कुछ ही समय में अनुवाद का कार्य पूरा हो गया। हमारे टीम के सदस्य नवरत्न पिंचा जैन, ईश्वर करुण जी, जेपी ललवानी जी और श्रीमती लता वेंकटेश ने अत्यंत रुचिपूर्वक इस कार्य में अपना पूर्ण सहयोग प्रदान किया। मूलतः तमिल भाषी, वर्तमान में दिल्ली प्रवासी श्री एस निवास तेवर ने पुस्तक का फाइनल प्रूफ पढ़कर जब यह कहा कि लगता ही नहीं है कि यह अनुवाद है, यह तो तमिल पुस्तक ही है, मुझे अत्यंत आनंद की अनुभूति हुई। पुस्तक विमोचन का कार्यक्रम भव्यता पूर्वक हो, इसके लिए हमने तमिलनाडु के माननीय राज्यपाल और अपने प्रेरणा स्रोत माननीय श्री बनवारी लाल पुरोहित जी से अनुरोध किया। पूर्व की भांति श्री पुरोहित जी ने इस कार्यक्रम हेतु भी अपनी सहज स्वीकृति प्रदान की। इसी कारण आज यह समारोह चेन्नई स्थित राजभवन में उनके सानिध्य में हो रहा है। आदरणीय श्री बनवारी लाल पुरोहित जी गुणग्राही और दूरदर्शी व्यक्ति हैं और हमारा यह परम सौभाग्य रहा है कि असम, मेघालय व तमिलनाडु के माननीय राज्यपाल के रूप में श्री पुरोहित जी चाणक्य वार्ता के आयोजनों में पधारकर अपनी प्रेरणाएं हमें देते रहे हैं। 2016 में जब हमने चाणक्य वार्ता का प्रारंभ किया, उसके बाद 2017 में जब पूर्वोत्तर परिसंवाद कार्यक्रम के आमंत्रण देने के लिए मैं माननीय राज्यपाल जी से मिलने गया, उस समय हमारा मनोबल थोड़ा टूटा हुआ था, क्योंकि पूर्वोत्तर राज्यों में पहला आयोजन था। तो माननीय पुरोहित साहब ने अत्यंत प्रेरणा दी और हमें इस कार्य को करने के लिए बहुत अपना आशीर्वाद दिया और उसी का प्रतिफल रहा कि पूर्वोत्तर राज्यों के इतिहास में पूर्वोत्तर परिसंवाद एक कार्यक्रम के रूप में स्थापित हुआ है, जहां पर आकर 8 राज्यों के लोग अपनी बातें कहते हैं। माननीय पुरोहित जी बहुत ही प्रैक्टिकल और दूरदर्शी व्यक्ति हैं और कितना छोटी छोटी चीजों का आप ध्यान रखते हैं, ये मैंने देखा कि जब राजभवन गुवाहाटी में मैंने चाणक्य वार्ता के कुछ अंक माननीय पुरोहित साहब को भेंट किए, तो उस दिन आपका, चूंकि मेघालय राज्य का भी दायित्व आपके पास था, शिलोंग जाने का कार्यक्रम था, तो हम जैसे राज्यपाल महोदय से मिलकर के बाहर निकले तो हमने देखा कि जो पुस्तकें पत्रिका हमने भेंट की थी राज्यपाल जी को, वो पत्रिकाएं आपने गाड़ी में रखवाई और ये कहा कि जब मैं ऑन द वे हूँगा तो वो पत्रिकाएं मैं देखूंगा। ऐसे दूरदर्शी और ऐसे हमारे प्रेरणा के स्रोत माननीय पुरोहित जी को आज अपने मध्य पाकर मेरा हृदय गदगद है। कहने के लिए तो बहुत बातें हैं, लेकिन मैं अधिक बात ना कहते हुए ये केवल यही कहूँगा कि माननीय पुरोहित जी का जो सानिध्य है वो हमें समय समय पर मिलता रहे और शीघ्र ही हम आपके जो कार्य हैं और आपके जो संसद में जो योगदान है और भारत के विभिन्न प्रांतों में जो योगदान है, आपने राजस्थान से चल करके मध्य भारत के नागपुर, फिर आसाम, मेघालय, तमिलनाडु, लगभग पूरा देश में इतना निरंतर कार्य किया है। उस पर भी हम शीघ्र ही कोई पुस्तक का प्रकाशन की योजना बना रहे हैं। अंत में मुझे पूर्ण विश्वास है कि भारतीय भाषाओं को एक दूसरे के नजदीक लाने के लिए किया जा रहा यह महायज्ञ अवश्य ही सफल होगा। हम सभी अपनी भारतीय भाषाओं पर गर्व कर सकेंगे। पुस्तक के अनुवाद, डिजाइन, प्रिंटिंग और अन्य व्यवस्थाओं में सहयोग प्रदान करने वाले सभी महानुभावों का मैं आभार व्यक्त करता हूं और आशा करता हूं कि आप सभी का सहयोग हमें आगे भी प्राप्त होता रहेगा। आज भले ही इस सभागार में कोरोना प्रोटोकॉल के कारण हमारे अधिक लोग भाग नहीं ले पा रहे हैं, परंतु सोशल मीडिया के विभिन्न प्लेटफॉर्म के माध्यम से देश के हजारों लोग हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं। मैं जो ये कार्यक्रम देश भर के लोग देख रहे हैं उनका भी अभिनंदन करना चाहूंगा। अंत में मैं अपने गुरु और कांची कामकोटि पीठ के स्वर्गीय शंकराचार्य श्री जयेंद्र सरस्वती, जिनका मुझे अत्यंत निकट सानिध्य मिला, उनका स्मरण करता हुआ अपनी बात समाप्त करूंगा और चरैवेति का असमिया संस्करण के बाद आज तमिल का जो संस्करण है वो माननीय राज्यपाल जी लोकार्पित करेंगे और उसके बाद पीछे की ओर हमारे कार्यकर्ता बैठे हैं, वहां से आप पुस्तक प्राप्त कर सकेंगे। धन्यवाद, आभार, वनक्कम।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद डॉक्टर अमित जी, अपने सार गर्भित और प्रेरणादायी स्वागत भाषण के लिए। अब मैं समारोह के मुख्य अतिथि माननीय राज्यपाल तमिलनाडु श्री बनवारीलाल जी पुरोहित से अनुरोध करता हूं कि वे पुस्तक के लेखक और उत्तर प्रदेश के पूर्व राज्यपाल माननीय श्री राम नाईक जी का सम्मान करें, उन्हें माला पहनाकर शाल ओढ़ाए एवं स्मृति चिन्ह भेंट करें। वर्तमान राज्यपाल तमिलनाडु, पूर्व राज्यपाल उत्तर प्रदेश का सम्मान कर रहे हैं। बहुत बहुत आभार। अब मैं इस समारोह के स्वागताध्यक्ष श्री आनंदमल जी छल्लानी से अनुरोध करता हूं कि वे माननीय राज्यपाल समारोह के मुख्य अतिथि श्री बनवारीलाल जी पुरोहित का सम्मान करें। माला पहनाकर, शॉल ओढ़ाकर एवं मोमेंटो प्रदान करके स्वागताध्यक्ष श्रीमान छल्लानी जी उनका सम्मान करें। अभी डॉक्टर अमित जी जैन ने हमको बताया कि किस तरह से माननीय राज्यपाल श्री पुरोहित जी का उन्हें सहयोग रहा गुवाहाटी के कार्यक्रम में, एवं 28 जून 2018 को चेन्नई के चाणक्य वार्ता के विमोचन समारोह में भी माननीय राज्यपाल महोदय का सानिध्य प्राप्त हुआ था। उन दोनों कार्यक्रमों की एल्बम और वीडियो आप माननीय राज्यपाल महोदय को भेंट करना चाहते हैं। साथ में मुख्य संयोजक श्री ईश्वर करुण जी भी दोनों एल्बम और वीडियो भेंट करेंगे माननीय राज्यपाल को। एल्बम और वीडियो डॉक्टर अमित जी जैन एवं कार्यक्रम के मुख्य संयोजक ईश्वर जी करुण माननीय राज्यपाल तमिलनाडु को भेंट कर रहे हैं। इसमें इन दोनों ही कार्यक्रमों की स्मृतियां संयोजित की हुई है। धन्यवाद करुण जी और डॉक्टर अमित जी। पुस्तक के लेखक और उत्तर प्रदेश के पूर्व राज्यपाल माननीय श्री राम नाईक जी के सम्मान के लिए मैं आमंत्रित करता हूं श्री नवरत्न जी पिंचा, जो इस कार्यक्रम में दक्षिण क्षेत्र प्रभारी हैं चाणक्य वार्ता के। वे माननीय नाईक जी को माला पहनाकर शॉल ओढ़ाएं। साथ ही कार्यक्रम के संयोजक जेपी ललवाणी जी से अनुरोध करता हूं कि वे उन्हें स्मृति चिन्ह प्रदान करें। आदरणीय नाईक जी को स्मृति चिन्ह प्रदान करेंगे ललवाणी जी। माननीय नाईक जी का भी काफी सहयोग रहा चाणक्य वार्ता के प्रकाशन में और चाणक्य वार्ता के विमोचन समारोह में, इसके विस्तार में। गुवाहाटी और मुंबई दोनों में आपका पूरा सहयोग रहा। उन दोनों की यादगार स्वरूप एल्बम और वीडियो भेंट कर रहे हैं डॉक्टर अमित जी जैन, माननीय पूर्व राज्यपाल उत्तर प्रदेश श्री नायक जी को। अमित जी जैन एल्बम और वीडियो भेंट कर रहे हैं। माननीय अमित जी और मुख्य संयोजक ईश्वर करुण जी वीडियो और एल्बम भेंट कर रहे हैं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। कार्यक्रम के अति विशिष्ट अतिथि श्री एस गुरुमूर्ति जी, निदेशक भारतीय रिजर्व बैंक, आपके सम्मान के लिए मैं आमंत्रित करता हूं राजस्थान रत्न श्री सुगाल चंद जी जैन साहब। वे पधारे और उन्हें माला पहनाकर शॉल ओढ़ाएं। शिक्षाविद श्री उपेंद्र नाथ जी कोयम्बटूर, वो आए और उन्हें मोमेंटो प्रदान करें। आप स्वयं चाणक्य के नाम से कुछ तिरु श्री एस गुरुमूर्ति जी का सम्मान माननीय सुगाल चंद जी जैन के द्वारा किया जा रहा है एवं उपेंद्र नाथ सिंह जी शिक्षाविद, उनके द्वारा किया जा रहा है। आज के कार्यक्रम के अध्यक्ष तिरु लक्ष्मीनारायण जी भाला के सम्मान के लिए मैं आमंत्रित करता हूं समाज सेवी श्री कैलाशमल जी दुग्गड़ एवं श्री संपतराज जी बागमार। वे माला, शॉल और मोमेंटो से उनका सम्मान करें। जिन्होंने सबका स्वागत किया, यानी जो स्वागताध्यक्ष बने, ऐसे जन कॉन्फ्रेंस के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष श्री आनंदमल जी छल्लानी के सम्मान के लिए आमंत्रित करता हूं श्री ईश्वर जी करुण, मुख्य संयोजक, एवं श्री हीराचंद जी पिंचा, समाज सेवी। वे पधारे और माला, शॉल और मोमेंटो से उनका सम्मान करें। श्रीमान आनंदमल जी का सम्मान कैलाशमल जी साथ दुग्गड़ और संपतराज जी बागमार कर रहे हैं। सॉरी, क्षमा चाहता हूं, ईश्वर जी करुण और हीराचंद जी पिंचा कर रहे हैं। अब मैं पुस्तक के लेखक एवं उत्तर प्रदेश के पूर्व राज्यपाल तिरु श्री राम नाईक जी से अनुरोध करता हूं कि वे पधारें और हमें उनके उद्बोधन से लाभान्वित करें। माननीय श्री राम नाईक जी।
Chief guest of the book release function, Thiru Honorable Governor Tamil Nadu, Sri Banwarilal Purohit ji, President of the function and senior writer, Thiru Lakshmi Narayan Balaji, very special guest and director, Thiru Swaminathan Gurumurti ji, editor of Chanakya Varta and publisher Thiru Dr. Amit Jain ji, chairman of the reception committee Thiru Anand Mahal Jain ji, members of the translation team and publishers team, dignitaries, brothers, sisters, friends from media, Anai Varukkum Vanakkam. We have celebrated just 3 days back 75th anniversary of our Independence Day. And I wish you best luck to you and also to Tamil Nadu citizens for 75 Amrit year of independence. I am indeed grateful to Honorable Governor, dignitaries on the dais, and everyone in Darbar Hall for their present for the release function of Munai Ridde. Munai Ridde, am I correct in Tamil Nadu? Tamil language? It is Munai Ridde. Munai Ridde, the Marathi memoirs of Sharaivati and Sharaivati. Friends, I know your governor and my friend for many years. He was MLA of Maharashtra Vidhan Sabha and also minister there for 2 times. I was also MLA from Mumbai for 3 terms in the same period. He went before me to Lok Sabha and he was in Lok Sabha for 3 times. I went after him in the next career and I was in Lok Sabha for 5 times. And he was minister in Maharashtra, I was minister in central government, and he became the governor of Assam, and then he has come here in Tamil Nadu. And I have been also a governor of Uttar Pradesh for 5 years. So we are very close friends, and that's why I am happy to be the guest. And the function is being organized in Raj Bhavan's Darbar Hall. I indeed thank him and all his colleagues for having the function here. Of course, COVID has converted a small gathering, but I know this is a small gathering in number. But if I have to take the consensus, it represents Chennai city definitely, and I welcome you for this. The book name is Charaivati, and as I was saying, and as he also said, Charaivati, I must tell you the birth of Charaivati. In Maharashtra, there is a very well-known morning paper in Marathi, 89 years old, Sakal. That editor decided that 4 important persons should write fortnightly columns about their experience in politics or in other areas of life. And the editor approached me last. The first, when he told me that you should write, I was little afraid because I am not a prolific writer. So I told him, I am not accustomed to write in newspapers. I am not a literary man. He said, no, you must write because 3 your friends have already agreed to write. And those 3 friends were from different parties. The first name he said was Sharad Pawar, who was the president of Congress Nationalist Party, also chief minister in Maharashtra, then Kendriya central minister also. The second name was Congress General Secretary, Mr. Shinde. He was also chief minister of Maharashtra, central minister, and also governor of Andhra Pradesh. And the third name he took was Mr. Manohar Joshi, Shiv Sena leader, and he was also Chief Minister of Maharashtra, then Central Minister, and also Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Then he said, these are younger to you, and they have agreed to write. So if you don't write, our readers would say that BJP's name has been excluded purposely. So when he took, though I had resigned from the party when I became the governor, I said, on the basis of party I will not write, but I will write what I have done in the last, as you are saying. So I decided to write. And one article in a fortnight is that way easy. So I wrote 27 articles in 1 year. And when it was closed, numerous persons from Mumbai wrote to me that a daily paper has a life of at least 1 day, not more than that. But what you have written in 1 year, if it is brought in form of book, that will be better. So we decided to bring out a book in Marathi, and the name of the book is Charaivati. Charaivati means chalte raho, march on, march on. So this is the reason for the birth of Charaivati. Now, after I wrote, and since I am from Mumbai, and have been people's representative for 3 times from MLA, 5 times from as a MP, only person who has succeeded 8 elections at one stroke. So, and Mumbai is a cosmopolitan city. Though the language is Marathi, Gujarati people stay there, then English knowing persons stay there, different languages. So it was translated into 4 languages at one stroke, and the function was at the President's house, and our President at that time presided. So like that, subsequently the book was published in Sindhi, Sanskrit, Assamia, then Arabic, Farsi, and German. So in all 11 languages it has been published so far. And to add to that, for blind persons in Braille, it has been published in Marathi, Hindi, and English also. So 14 editions of one book is a history in Indian politics, that a politician person's book has been translated, and I am very happy that for the 5th edition I am in Tamil Nadu, and the book is ready and will be available to you. The editor did not say what is the price of it. Probably at the end somebody will say what is the price of it and what would be the concession if it is purchased today. That is the usual practice also. So this was to be translated, and for translation the names have been included. But the problem of translation was that none of the 4 translators whose name have been taken, none of them know Marathi. So I had given them English translation, and from English translation they have translated into Tamil, and I gave that book, dummy book, for reading to a linguist who was knowing Marathi, Hindi, English, and Tamil. I did not tell him who are the translators. I said, you check up and tell me how it is the translation is made. Then after reading, that linguist told me how they have translated from Marathi in such a good way. So that is the quality of translation which has been translated from English but looks like from Marathi. And I must congratulate the team of translators. Of course, we are honoring them also. But now the word Charaivati, the comparer just described. But I must briefly tell you about it. That from the Sanskrit scriptures, Aitreya Sukta, the idea is that God Indra tells to a king as to how he should behave, and there are number of stanzas in that. I'm just quoting 2 stanzas which end with Charaivati, Charaivati. The first stanza says, one who is sitting, his fortunes sits well. One who is standing, fortune halts for him. One who sleeps, his fortune goes to sleep. But one who keeps walking, his fortune leaps forward. Hence, keep moving, march ahead, Charaivati, Charaivati. And the second couplet is honeybees. Honeybees collect honey by working ceaselessly, going from one flower to another flower. Birds fly around the trees for sweet fruits. The sun, which is worshipped by everyone, he never sleeps. He keeps up moving forward, and therefore, O man, keep moving, keep marching ahead, Charaivati, Charaivati. So this is taken, the word is taken from the Aitreya Sukta, and how I have moved in my life, that is the book which has been given, which has been just now released. About the translators, I must say, I'm saying it again, that it has been translated very well. According to me, what is the use of this book? You will read many episodes in that. But book, I would say that for students, there are in market guides. The guides give how to appear in the examination and pass and get good marks. So I feel that this Charaivati will be a guide to people's representatives. The people's representative, right from ministers to MPs, MLAs, municipal corporation members, Jila Parishad members, Gram Panchayat members, for all of them, it can serve as a guide as to how to work as a people's representative. And for them, through you, I just want to give a Guru Mantra for people's representatives, how they should work. My Guru Mantra, I am a Guru now. My Guru Mantra is that for elected representatives, work for the voters who have elected you. But at the same time, work for the voters who have opposed you. And not only that, there are voters who do not go for voting, work for them also. And there are children or nature or animals, their names don't appear in the voting list, work for them also. So those who would work for them, all these 4 categories, they can definitely think that next election will be theirs if they work accordingly and serve the people. So this is my Guru Mantra through you and through that book to all representatives who have been elected. I will just give runningly some examples as to how I could do some work. I will select only one category and then second and then third. As MLA, I was elected in 1978 as MLA. And in Mumbai, I got the highest votes. There are 36 constituencies in Mumbai. And about 60% of the votes polled I got. But there was one polling station which gave me only 2 votes. I was surprised and shocked. What is this? Everybody has voted me. Then when I inquired there, then it was the polling station of the leprosy affected persons. I went to them, why you have not voted? So they said, you are a pakka RSS wala, and if you are elected, you won't allow us to beg, you won't allow us to create illicit liquor, so we have voted against. Then I took a lesson that I must work first for them. I worked for them. Then I worked for all lepers in Mumbai, organized the lepers in Maharashtra, and on all India level also, we organized lepers. I became the president of International Leprosy Union, and through that union, we presented a petition to the parliament. When the government doesn't act, there is a remedy that the people can submit their petitions to the parliament, who is the highest body. And that petitions committee considered, Mr. Venkaiah Naidu was the chairman of the petitions committee, and they gave several recommendations. 2 important recommendations were there. One was that they must be given some relief for food. So they said every leprosy affected person should be given minimum 2,000 rupees as maintenance allowance. And secondly, they live in slums, worse slums, even out of city. So they should be given proper housings with light and for all their medical requirements. And many other recommendations. So as on now, after so many years, Uttar Pradesh leprosy affected persons are getting 2,500 rupees per month. And also they have received houses. In Mumbai, leprosy affected persons' houses are being constructed. 1,000 rupees is given, like Bihar and all other states, they are trying to do. Your state also is presently giving 1,000 rupees per leprosy affected person. I think this is a forum from where I can appeal to the Chief Minister also that at least go up to 3,000 rupees, which is being given by the Delhi state, and also houses for the leprosy affected persons in Tamil Nadu. So I hope that this suggestion, as it is called assembly session, is going on. So in assembly, if somebody asks the questions and immediate reply cannot be given, the reply is suggestion for action. So a suggestion for action I am presenting here. This is as MLA. As an opposition MP, is 3 important things I am telling you briefly. It was myself who suggested that in Parliament, our national anthem Jana Gana Mana and national song Vande Mataram is not being sung. You will be shocked. We are asking students also to sing it. In the schools, colleges, everywhere it is being sung. Parliament was not singing. I raised the issue. Matter was discussed. And finally, in 1992, after 45 years after the independence, Parliament started singing Vande Mataram and national anthem Jana Gana Mana. This was one thing. I have come from Mumbai, and you are living in Chennai. My place is Mumbai, but when my name appeared in the parliamentary debates in first time, that my name is Ram Naik, Sansad Uttar Mumbai or North Bombay. When it came like that, I corrected, because the MP has to correct if there is something wrong. I corrected my spelling as not N-A-Y-A-K, as N-A-I-K, and name of my constituency not as Bombay or Bombay, but Mumbai. And I argued it in Parliament. And I said, according to even English grammar, proper nouns cannot be translated. So my proper noun of my city is Mumbai, and it must be, everyone must call it as Mumbai. So government agreed, government did it, and then Madras become Chennai, Bangalore become Bangalore, Trivandrum become Tiruvananthapuram, and some important cities were also changed. This was the second important achievement, being in opposition. And the third was a Gram Panchayat or a municipal councillor, he has some financial authority to give some help to area people in his area. But a member of parliament was not in position to do that type of work, which a municipal councillor can do. I raised this issue that MPs also should be given some fund. Finally, about 100 MPs supported my demand, and then the government started MP fund for doing works like water supply, electricity, schools and all that for 1 crore first. When I was the minister, I increased it to 2 crores and now it is 5 crores. These are the three things which I could do being in opposition. And the last, when I was a minister, I was a railway minister. In Mumbai, presently 80 lakh persons travel daily in suburban services. And the world's most crowded trains are there. So I established Mumbai Railway Vikas Corporation, and now something has been started doing. It is going on well. And the last, as a railway minister, nowhere in the world there are special trains for ladies. In Mumbai, we are running special trains for women, those who go to office work or those who go to sell fish or sabji and all that thing. So this is what I could do as a railway minister of state. And as a petroleum minister, the story is that petroleum ministry was created in 1963. 1963 to 2021. I am the only petroleum minister who has worked for 5 years. All other ministers, whoever may be the prime minister, nobody has worked more than 3 or 4 years. I am the only petroleum minister who has worked for 5 years. And in that, when I took over, waiting list for LPG connections was 1 crore 10 lakhs. I liquidated it and gave nearly 4 crore new connections for LPG. We are importing oil in a big way. For that, a substitute has been created of ethanol, which is manufactured from sugarcane molasses, 10% at that time. And the third was, we had won Kargil war at that time. Normally, and there were 431 casualties. Our brave surgeons had given their life. Their pension and everything is being given. But I suggested to Prime Minister Atalji, I have, as a petroleum minister, 10 public sector undertakings with me. They are earning good profits. So I would like to give them either petrol pump duly prepared or a gas agency duly prepared. That was agreed. And all 430 wives or their near relatives of the brave soldiers who had given their life, we have given them 439 petrol pumps or gas. This is how it has been done. And that's why I said it can serve as a guide to people's representative. I also worked as a governor, and this is my last point. As a governor, when I first took the oath, our media persons, they asked the questions. They asked me the question, His Excellency, what is your charter for Uttar Pradesh? I said, my first reply to you is, hereafter, I would not allow anybody to call His Excellency, because it is British legacy. You should say Honorable Honorable Governor. And for Hindi, no Mahanubhav, you say Mananiya. So that has been changed. For 5 years I have worked, and I said at that time, Uttar Pradesh is called a Bimaru state, sick state. I will try to make it Uttam state. And now, as the things it stands, Uttar Pradesh is on way to become Sarvottam Pradesh in India. And I will give one statistics and close my speech. Corona is prevalent. How many persons have died? You know all the statistics. Daily it comes. But I am comparing you with your state, my state, and Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh deaths, total deaths in India are 432,000 because of Corona. Tamil Nadu is 34,547. Maharashtra is bigger, 1,35,000, and Uttar Pradesh is 22,705. In percentage, Maharashtra is 31% of the deaths, Tamil Nadu is 8% of the deaths, and Uttar Pradesh is a 5.27% of the. And the last figure, which is very important, how many persons are as on now active COVID patients? The total number of active cases in India is 3,69,000. In Tamil Nadu, the number, this is as on yesterday, and in Tamil Nadu, it is 20,370, and Maharashtra, it is 65,922, and Uttar Pradesh is only 419. In percentage, it works Tamil Nadu 5.51%, Maharashtra 17.82%, and Uttar Pradesh 0.11. So this is what Uttar Pradesh is marching towards Sarvottam Pradesh, and this is how the work is done. And for all that I have seen, I thought you will read n number of such episodes in that book, Charaivati, Charaivati, with these words. I thank Honorable Banwari Lalji for releasing the book, all invitees for their presence, translators, team, publisher, Chanakya Varta editor Dr. Amit Jain, and Rajbhavan staff for their cooperation, for press people. I have given the typed speech. I have talked in short, but you can take that lengthy speech for your use. With these words, I thank the media persons also, and friends, I am giving to you Munnairide, Munnairide, Charavati, Charavati, Bharat Mata ki Jai.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आपने चरेवेती चरेवेती पुस्तक के बारे में, अपने जीवन के बारे में तथा सार्वजनिक जीवन के बारे में उत्तम मार्गदर्शन प्रदान किया। अब मैं हमारे समारोह के अति विशिष्ट अतिथि आदरणीय स्वामीनाथन जी गुरुमूर्ति, रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया के डायरेक्टर, आप प्रखर विचारक, अर्थशास्त्री तथा राजनीतिक और आर्थिक विश्लेषक हैं। आप अपना उद्बोधन प्रदान कर रहे हैं। तिरु एस गुरुमूर्ति।
Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, and I have the privilege of saying, my friend, Sri Banwari Lalji Purohit, and my good friend for a long time. I met him in 1981 when Antule was counting cash and cement bags. We had investigated and brought it out, and the BJP supported us in a big way. It was at that time I met him for the first time. I still remember the kind of support that we got from the BJP Karyakartas at that time when we exposed. And Sri Dr. Amit Jain ji, Sri Anandmal Jain ji, and Lakshmanarayan Bala, my friend. And I don't want to spend much time because Rambhau has already explained the in-depth and reach and covered the entire book. So only a few points I want to make. The book is not written as a professional would do. It's very important. It is not got written by others. This is the second point. Most of the biographies are written by others. In fact, Rambhau said that 4 persons were asked to write articles in Sakal newspapers, which turned into a book. And I'm sure he is the only person who would have written the articles himself. Because most of the politicians get the articles written by others. And maybe they will see the articles before it is published. So the writing is his original expression of experience. And that is important for any political worker, that what a person conveys from his heart and mind is in his own words. So I will certify to this extent that the book is entirely his. And I told him just before I came here that of course he has a wide repertoire of experience in politics, in public life in various ways. And he has been an organizational man, he has been a professional, he was a company secretary who resigned his job to become the organizing secretary of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Jansan at that time in Bombay, in Mumbai. And then he occupied very many positions and ultimately he became the petroleum minister and was there for 5 years. He was probably there for 5 years because he was the only petroleum minister who was honest. Otherwise, I didn't see many petroleum ministers. They won't be lasting for a long time because there will be so many complaints against them. No prime minister can afford to keep them for 5 years. So the important point is that he was at the peak of his political career. The election was to come next year in 2004. On September 25th, 2003, he announces that he will not contest elections anymore. That is the most important thing. When a politician will call it quits, that is also a lesson for politicians who are in public life. And these are all important indices of how his book can teach a political worker future political leadership. And the word Charaivethi, I mean, it is not something which, of course, it can be very easily associated with Rambhau because of his connection with Hindutva, BJP, RSS. But you know, this is something which Ajay Roy, one of the foremost communist thinkers, he took it up and he made it the mantra of his life. This many people do not know. This part of the Indian civilization that you keep on moving, ceaselessly moving, working. This is the import. So this book conveys, in a sense, the Indian civilization and his own experience in expounding that civilizational aspect. And the last point I would like to make is, I told him that he has his wide experience, but what attracted me most was his function as the governor of Uttar Pradesh. And how he made 24 reports of Lokayukta had not been acted upon. Because both the opposition and ruling party had interest in not acting upon it. The opposition was a BJP MLA, and of course another person was a BSP MLA. Both were caught in the report. But Rambhau insisted, no, they should be acted. And the BJP person also lost his position in the assembly, and the BSP position also lost his position in the assembly. No governor touched it, because it was comfortable for all not to touch it. But Rambhau touched it. And he breached the limits of what used to be the limit of governors at that time. But if you see his experience, he has not breached anything, he has only done his duty. Out of 9 persons who were suggested as MLCs, he approved 4 and wanted to do due diligence on the 5. And found all the 5 had criminal antecedents. And even the chief minister may have endorsed it just like that, because everybody is working under pressure, nobody is working with the binoculars. So what I found is a reasonable, honest, and an approaching mind, what difference it can make to any office, for instance, is something which this book expounds. I am extremely delighted to be part of this function to say a few words. Thank you very much.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सार गर्भित उद्बोधन के लिए। जिस क्षण की हम प्रतीक्षा कर रहे थे पुस्तक के विमोचन की, चरेवेती, जिसके बारे में हम प्रशंसा सुन चुके हैं कि स्वयं लेखक ने लिखी है, राजनीतिज्ञ होने के बावजूद प्राय ऐसा कम होता है। बड़ा जबरदस्त बात आपने कही। उस पुस्तक विमोचन के लिए मैं, जिन्होंने पुस्तक लिखी, पुस्तक लेखक उत्तर प्रदेश के पूर्व राज्यपाल तिरु राम नाईक जी एवं तमिलनाडु के राज्यपाल माननीय तिरु बनवारीलाल जी पुरोहित वे पधारे और पुस्तक का विमोचन करे। चरेवेती तमिल एडिशन एवं सभी मंचस्थ, सबसे पहले माननीय राज्यपाल महोदय, लेखक महोदय एवं अतिथि महोदय पुस्तक का विमोचन कर रहे हैं। चरेवेती तमिल संस्करण। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आज चाणक्य वार्ता का ने भी अपना एक विशेष तमिल साहित्य सौंदर्य परिशिष्ट प्रकाशित किया है, जो उपस्थित जन है उनके किट में वह उपलब्ध है। कृपया उसे अवश्य प्राप्त करें, पढ़ें। और चरेवेती पुस्तक जिसकी कीमत अंकित मूल्य 800 रुपए है, आज वो 500 रुपए में यहाँ उपलब्ध है, ऐसी हमें जानकारी प्राप्त हुई है। जिन्होंने इस पुस्तक का तमिल भाषा में अनुवाद किया है और जिसके लिए कहा गया कि पता नहीं चलता है कि यह अनुवादित पुस्तक है, अनुदित पुस्तक है, ऐसे अनुवादक महोदय श्रीमती लता वेंकटेश, तिरु ईश्वर करुण जी, तिरु श्रीनिवासन तेवर जी एवं तिरु भवानी गंगाधर जी, वे उन सभी का हमारे मुख्य अतिथि राज्यपाल तिरु बनवारीलाल जी पुरोहित सम्मान कर रहे हैं। अनुवादकों का सम्मान माननीय राज्यपाल महोदय के द्वारा। तिरु लता वेंकटेश, तिरु ईश्वर करुण, तिरु श्रीनिवासन तेयर, तिरु भवानी गंगाधर, बाई ऑनरेबल तिरु बनवारीलाल जी पुरोहित, गवर्नर ऑफ तमिलनाडु, ऑनरिंग ट्रांसलेटर्स ऑफ बुक्स श्रीनिवास। पुस्तक इन तमिल मुन्नीरीड अनुवादक का सम्मान, साहित्य का सम्मान, ज्ञान का सम्मान, दो भाषाओं को जानने का सम्मान। मुख्य संयोजक एवं अनुवाद में सहयोगी ईश्वर करुण जी, हिंदी के साहित्यकार, गीतकार, उनका सम्मान हो रहा है माननीय राज्यपाल के माध्यम से। श्रीनिवासा तेवर, भवानी गंगाधर तैयार रहे। चौथे अनुवादक भवानी गंगाधर का सम्मान शोल माला मोमेंटो से। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। मैं अब अत्यंत सम्मान के साथ में आज के समारोह के मुख्य अतिथि तमिलनाडु के माननीय राज्यपाल तिरु बनवारीलाल जी पुरोहित से अनुरोध करता हूं कि वे पधारें और हमें उद्बोधन दें। स्पीच बाय द चीफ गेस्ट तिरु बनवारीलाल जी पुरोहित, ऑनरेबल गवर्नर ऑफ तमिलनाडु।
अनावरकुम मालय वनक्कम। Thiru Ram Naik ji, former governor of Uttar Pradesh and author of the book. Dr. Amit Jain, editor of Chanakya Varta publication group. Thiru S. Gurumurthy ji is known to all of us, very close to us, always we meet. He is director of Reserve Bank of India. Controlling the entire finance of the country is not a joke. He is guiding his spirit on the finance side. Thiru Lakshmi Narayan Bhala, patron of Chanakya Varta, and Thiru Anandmal Chalani, also from Chanakya Varta, and Thiru Pon Radhakrishnan ji, former Minister of State, Thiru L. Ganeshan ji, his former Member of Parliament, and Tirumati Vanathi Srinivasan, a firebrand member of Legislative Assembly. And distinguished invitees and ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to be here today on the occasion of book launch of Charaiveti by former Governor of Uttar Pradesh, Thiru Ram Naik ji. Tamil edition published by Chanakya Varta Prakashan Group, New Delhi. Chanakya Varta Prakashan has fulfilled my heart desire because when I used to ask my friend Thiru Ram Naik ji that your book has come in almost all languages, when is it coming out in Tamil, he used to assure me when last time we met that the Tamil version of the book would be coming soon. And this important work has been accomplished on this day. For this work, Chanakya Varta Prakashan Group has worked tirelessly and has set another milestone in the history of Tamil literature. Preparing such a beautiful book in a very short span of time, it is really creditable. My association with Chanakya Varta, as I already told you, I need not repeat it. Since 2017, we organized their big program. I was there as a chief guest also. In Tamil Nadu also the program was held. That was also a very good and effective program. So I am associated with them. As far as Ram Naik ji concerned, I need not mention anything. We are together in assembly in the year 1978. And also in parliament. But he is much ahead than me because he contested 8 elections. All 8 won. Result is 100%. No? I contested 9 elections. Won 5. My result is 60%. So in that way, you are much ahead. In the life, why I admire him? So many things about him you know. You will read the book, you will know everything. But a very straightforward and simple person. Honest to the core. Very honest. When he was the cabinet minister of such an important portfolio, nobody could dare to raise a finger towards him. That way he has worked. So that is the reason that he has attracted me from the very beginning since 1978. And that's why we are good friends. And in the book he has everything. But today one thing I tell you. All of you, he has told you what the politicians should do. And I will tell what everybody should do. You should understand, Ram Nayak ji definitely must be trustee of so many trusts. Guru Murthy ji is also trustee in so many trusts, and most of you might be trustee in most of the. For 80-90% they are of you. They might not be trustee of some trust. They are doing their job religiously and doing dedication with the dedication and everything. But I would tell you, you might not be trustee of some trust, but you are trustee of your family. Everybody of us is a trustee of the family. Don't forget, whatever you earn outside, not yours, that is of everybody in the family. You are simply a trustee. You should never forget it. And secondly, there has to be a total transparency. Total transparency means not only on duty. Suppose I am a governor. In governor's job, total transparency has to be there. That is not enough. Total transparency, total life, entire life. There has to be a transparency. Whatever defects you have, your friend, your family, they should know it. If you are a drunkard, even your friend and family should know that you drink too much. If you are sitting in a club, your spouse must know in which club you are at this moment, and on which table you are, and how many other persons who they are sitting with you. That transparency. If you have cultivated some bad habit, if known to your well-wishers, your friends, and your family, they will stop you. Baba, don't do that. Don't do that. You will die early otherwise. Stop it. They will try to stop you. Stop it. Persuade it. If they don't know, then nobody will stop you. You will go ahead. छिप के पियो. किसी को मालूम नहीं. That should not happen, na? And lastly, one point is very, very important in the life. Time is very valuable. Very, very valuable. Very valuable. Money, what we do? We always take care of the money spent. If I have 500 rupees with me, I will take care. Okay, 200 I had given there, 300 to that place, 100 to that place. Out of 1000 only 800. Where 100 has gone? I will calculate and find out, trace what has happened. But time which won't come back. We don't bother for the time. How the one incident changed their entire life. As you know, I was quite young that time. That must be around 84, 85. I was chairman of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Nagpur Kendra in the 86. Today I am international vice president of that trust and trustee also. And that time our vice president was N.A. Palkhiwala, renowned jurist of the country, renowned jurist. He was the vice president. As a chairman, I received a terse message from the headquarters of Bombay Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan that N.A. Palkhiwala will be visiting Nagpur, particularly your institution. You have, he will spare 1 hour directly. Your duty is, he is coming there to argue one case in the High Court, because renowned jurist. So that case is either number 1 or number 2, so he will have to reach there in time. You need not go to the airport and receive him, because his client will take care of it. His accommodation will take care. His car will be taken care of by everybody. Simply, he would like to visit the Kendra and the school, and he would like to meet you, all the members and the teachers. That you arrange. Stars message. 9 o'clock, he will enter your gate of the school, very big school. Gate. And 10 o'clock, sharp, you ensure that he leaves the place. Only 1 hour was allotted to us. And that day I was very busy. As a member of parliament, there were at least 10, 15 delegation, deputation. There was tremendous rush. In spite of my best of effort, I was late by 15 minutes. I reached on the gate. Asked the Darban what is happened. Sir, chief guest came exactly at 9. Where is he? On the first floor, along with the executive member. Some good sense prevailed with my executive members. 2, 3 executive members were present. Director was present there. Since I was not there, they took him to write. Sir, visit the classes. I reached there. We were meeting the first time. I introduced myself. Sir, I am chairman of Bharti Vidya Bhavan to N.A. Palkhiwala. He was my immediate boss. Sorry, sir, I am late. Okay, Mr. Purohit, this happens. We came, had a program. Just like here, Sal, Srifal, everything we gave him. Introductory speech, welcome speech by the director, then my speech, then his speech, and ensured. 10 o'clock, program was over. He was in his vehicle. Then in the vehicle, I again apologized. Sorry, sir, I was late. No, don't bother. Okay, he has not take mind, he doesn't mind anything if I am late. I need not be worried. There was no question of worry. So those were the days, 86. There were no internet, nothing, emails and all that were not there. Simply postal service, through postal service. After a week's time, I received a registered parcel in my name. I opened it up. What was that? Time Management by N.A. Palkhiwala. 5 books were there. How the big people, they behave. I was under the impression he has not cared if I am late and all that. But no. So time management is equally important. As far as Ram Nayak ji is concerned, it's our privilege. He's coming over here, releasing the book. It is an honor for us. And he has done. That is in Tamil. It will be very, very useful. From here, I request, not only request, exhort everybody that please try to read most of the Tamilians. This is worth reading. This will improve so many things. Your life. Wonderful. He writes such a straight thing in the simple language, very simple language. And starting that I was staying in, he has mentioned, I was staying in Bombay flat. Rooms are very small. I went to, as a governor, to Raj Bhavan, Uttar Pradesh, and even bathroom was bigger than my bedroom. That is, such things. Very straightforward. The book is worth reading. I am not going to mention anything much more because you will not be able to enjoy the reading. First read and then you enjoy yourself. If I narrate everything, then thrill is not there. You read the book. You will learn so many things. Follow good things. He has tremendous experiences. And to MLAs also he has told so many things. So, Ram Nayak ji, my best wishes to you. Best wishes to you. You have done wonderful thing. And the entire team, we are felicitated. We are felicitated today. Entire team. I congratulate them also. You have done wonderful work. Wonderful work. Each and everybody. And Guru Murti's presence. we used to meet regularly, sometime in this function or that function. Previous 2.5 months on, Ganeshanji, you know, I must have attended more than 300, 400 functions. But because of the corona, the less functions, only 1 or 2 functions in a month. Or as far as we avoid, we could not go anywhere. So today it was a opportunity for me to meet Guru Murthy ji also. I have tremendous regard for him. He is really a genius and international reputation is there. I personally had been to Japan with him and he is that much, very much respected even in Japan. We met the Prime Minister that time. He knows him well. So such a genius people, a gathering is wonderful. We enjoyed a lot. So my best wishes to all of you, to the Chanakya Varta, honor, editor, everybody and the entire team. They have done hard work and brought it up. This function is also great. Though we have provided this hall, but entire efforts are by them to bring you inviting and everything. So my best wishes, many, many thanks to all of you. All the keep it up.
Thanks a lot. बहुत बहुत आभार. Now, photo thanks by chair of the function, Thiru लक्ष्मी नारायण जी भाला, चाणक्य वार्ता. चाणक्य वार्ता के से जुड़े हुए साहित्यकार श्री लक्ष्मी नारायण जी भाला से अनुरोध करता हूं कि वे धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करें. भाला सरनेम है आपका और भाला भी काफी चर्चित है.
As I'm as I am committed to my own pledge that when in Bharat, I will speak in भारतीय भाषा, भारतीय लैंग्वेज. और इसलिए मैं मंच से अनुमति चाहता हूं कि मैं भारतीय भाषा में ही बोलूंगा. मंच पर उपस्थित सभी महानुभाव, एक एक का नाम लेकर अनावश्यक समय नष्ट करने की आवश्यकता नहीं है, समय समझता हूं. सभी से आप कई बार परिचित हो चुके हैं, सुन भी चुके हैं. उनकी मन की बात, उनके कर्तृत्व की बात सभी आप लोगों के सामने है. तो ऐसे कर्तृत्ववान लोगों से सज्जित मंच और इस मंच की शोभा बढ़ाने वाले दर्शक श्रोता जो यहाँ उपस्थित है और जो ऑनलाइन सुन रहे हैं और इन सब की खबरें पूरे प्रेस में देने वाले प्रेस वाले सभी लोग, इसके आयोजक, इन सबको धन्यवाद देते हुए मैं केवल एक बात और कहना चाहूंगा जो मुझे लगती है कि बहुत विशेष है. दो महानुभाव यहां ऐसे बैठे हैं जो 9 बार चुनाव लड़ चुके हैं. एक 8 बार जीते हैं, एक 5 बार जीते हैं. लेकिन दोनों का व्यक्तित्व अपने अपने कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में, अपने अपने स्थान पर इतना महान रहा है, मैं स्वयं उसका अनुभव कर चुका हूं. इसलिए मैं ये कह सकता हूं कि संविधान के भाग 15 में जहां चुनाव के बारे में लिखा गया है, निर्वाचन, तो निर्वाचन कैसे होगा इसका नीति नियम इत्यादि संविधान में लिखा है. लेकिन हाथ से लिखे हुए अंग्रेजी और हिंदी संविधान को नंदलाल बोस ने चित्रों के द्वारा सजाया है और उन्होंने भाग 15 पर जहां हमें नेता चुनना है वहां ऐसे 2 चित्र दिए हैं. उन जो 2 चित्रों को मैं देखता हूं तो ऐसा लगता है कि शायद इन दोनों की कल्पना उन्होंने की होगी कि इस प्रकार के व्यक्तित्व निर्वाचित होकर आते रहे. 2 व्यक्तित्व ऐसे हैं, एक का परिचय है पराक्रम और एक का परिचय है त्याग. आधुनिक इतिहास के सबसे पराक्रमी नेता रहे हैं छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज और सबसे त्यागी वो रहे गुरु गोविंद सिंह. संविधान के भाग 15 में उन दोनों का चित्र नंदलाल बोस ने अंकित किया है और मैं समझता हूं कि इस पुस्तक को यहाँ के माननीय राज्यपाल, इनको मैं समर्पित करता हूं। ये मेरी लिखी हुई पुस्तक है, हमारा संविधान भाव एवं रेखांकन, जिसमें संविधान में जिन चित्रों को नंदलाल बोस ने अंकित किया है, उसके पीछे क्या भाव रहा होगा नंदलाल बोस का, इसकी खोजबीन करते हुए, इस पर शोध करते हुए उसका जो बोध मुझे हुआ, वो बोध 2 शब्दों में, केवल 2 वाक्यों में इतना ही है कि हर भाग का जो चित्र है, वह चित्र या तो उस भाग का उद्गम बताता है या उस भाग का परिणाम बताता है। भाग 15 में उस भाग का परिणाम बताया गया है कि अगर आपको निर्वाचित करना है किसी को, तो ऐसे व्यक्ति को निर्वाचित करिए जो छत्रपति शिवाजी जैसे पराक्रमी हो, गुरु गोविंद सिंह जैसे त्यागी हो, और उनका प्रतिनिधित्व करने वाले दोनों यहाँ उपस्थित है। तो यहाँ के माननीय राज्यपाल महोदय को, क्योंकि मेरे पास अभी एक ही प्रति है और शायद राम नाईक जी को मैं पहले दे चुका हूँ, इसलिए ये प्रति उनको समर्पित करते हुए और पुनः एक बार सबका धन्यवाद करते हुए मैं अपनी बात पूरी करता हूँ। धन्यवाद। और मैं अपेक्षा करता हूँ कि राज्यपाल महोदय इसको स्वीकार करें।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
माननीय भाला जी अपनी पुस्तक भेंट कर रहे हैं, और साथ ही मैं मंच से अनुरोध करूंगा कि चाणक्य वार्ता के द्वारा जो तमिल साहित्य सौंदर्य एक विशेषांक निकाला गया है, वो भी कृपया माननीय राज्यपाल जी को भेंट करें। और अतिथियों के पैकेट में है तो एक बार दिखा के थोड़ा फोटो भी कर लें। ईश्वर करुण जी जो अतिथि संपादक हैं, वो भी मंच पे आ गए।
चाणक्य वार्ता के तमिल साहित्य सौंदर्य परिशिष्ट का यह निदर्शन प्रदर्शन आपके समक्ष हुआ है माननीय राज्यपाल एवं अतिथियों के द्वारा। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। नाउ लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, वी रिक्वेस्ट यू टू रेज फॉर द नेशनल एंथेम। कृपया राष्ट्रगान के लिए खड़े हो जाएं।
We request you to enjoy the high tea. Thank you, please.
कृपया जल।
राज्यपाल महोदय अभी हाई टी के लिए जा रहे हैं, वो ग्रीन रूम में रहेंगे, बाकी लोग यहीं रहें। और इसके बाद जो पूरब की ओर गेट है, राज्यपाल महोदय के प्रस्थान के बाद आप सभी उस गेट से, पूरब वाले गेट से आइए और हाई टी जो राजभवन के द्वारा हम लोगों के लिए दिया जा रहा है, उसे लेकर जाए।